Hey, what's going on, guys? The Horror Man back with a channel update and a small haul.
Let's get physical, physical. I wanna get physical.
Media. Alright, I'm gonna start with a bit of a channel update. The Goosebumps Challenge, which I've been doing on Mondays and Fridays, will be taking a pause. There just doesn't seem to be a lot of interest in it right now, and that's fine. I just thought I would try something different instead of giving you guys the same thing over and over again. But apparently that's what a lot of you want, so I'll do away with it for now and probably bring it back at some point in the future. I do have a new series in mind to replace it, though, on one of those days, but I'll get to that in a minute. Sundays and Thursdays, Jason and I continue to do the Fangoria Challenge, and that's coming to an end fast. We'll be finished with that by the end of May, and then starting in June, we will begin a brand new challenge, so stay tuned for that. Tuesdays are, of course, Tuesday Top Tuesdays, all throughout the rest of the year. Wednesdays, I will continue to do Wild Eye reviews. And of course, on Friday nights, we will continue the Super Slash Bros live stream. Saturday Sleaze has been a lot of fun, so I'll continue doing those types of videos, maybe 1 or 2 Saturdays a month. And not tomorrow, but next Saturday, a week from tomorrow, Jason and I will be uploading Volume 4 of Joe and Jay Talk Anchor Bay. That will probably be the final part of that. Okay, now as for that new series I mentioned. When I originally started my channel back in 2010, the point was to make my collection the star. And that's still the case. That's why you never see me on camera. My videos are about my collection. Even when I review movies, you guys know I only review movies that I actually own on physical media. And yes, I still do rare movies not on DVD or Blu-ray videos, showing obscure horror and other films from my collection. But I wanted to think of yet another way to share my collection. So this is what I came up with. The 4 or More series. As collectors, and I know you guys can relate, we tend to buy multiple editions of the same movies that we love. I'm very guilty of that. It's not all that uncommon, though, to have maybe 2 or even 3 copies of the same film. You might have one copy on VHS, another on DVD, and another on Blu-ray. Or maybe you have a regular DVD, a special edition DVD, and a Blu-ray or a 4K. My point is, 3 is sort of a common number when it comes to collecting. But 4 or more? Maybe not so much. So what I'll be doing once a week is showing a certain movie from my collection, of which I have 4 or more editions. Each edition will be unique in some way. It won't be like 2 copies of the same release. Like I said, it might be a movie where I have a VHS edition, a DVD release, a Blu-ray, and a 4K. In some cases, it might be 2 different VHS releases and 2 different DVD releases. And then in others, maybe just 4 different DVD releases. I'm not sure that's going to be the case, but if it is, so be it. If I own 4 or more unique editions of a certain film, eventually it will appear in this series. I think that makes sense, right? Of course, some movies I have way more than 4 copies, and I will be showing all of them in those situations. That's the fun of it. Sharing my collection on my channel. Keep an eye out for my first 4 or more video coming soon. But now, speaking of sharing my collection, here are some new 4K, Blu-ray, and DVDs I recently added to my collection since my last update. I also have a ton of new VHS tapes to show you guys, but I'll save those for another video. Let's start with the DVDs. First, I picked up this old snapper case release of Stay Tuned. I actually own this movie on VHS already, but it was cool finding this DVD since I've never actually seen one in person. I know it has been re-released on Blu-ray not too long ago, but it's still cool to find these old snapper cases. and this is a really fun movie. I also found this old Stanley Kubrick collection snapper case release of Barry Lyndon. Here's an Anchor Bay release of a slasher film starring Amber Heard. All the Boys Love Mandy Lane. And I found this Western horror film that Jason actually recommended to me, The Burrowers. Here's the DVD release of Gotcha, another one I do own on VHS, but it was cool to find the disc. And one of my favorites, a movie that appeared in my first Saturday Sleaze video, Just One of the Guys on DVD. And the last of the DVDs is this Digipack Collector's Edition release of John Carpenter's The Thing. This release is actually sort of special to me, because when it was first released, I bought a copy, and it turned out the disc was damaged. So I returned it to the store, exchanged it, got another copy, and same thing. I brought that one back, and unfortunately, they had no more copies, so I was out of luck. I don't remember if it was a manufacturing defect at the time or what, but it was very annoying, and I never did get another copy. Until now. This edition was later released in a keep case, and the digipacks all but vanished. So I was glad to finally find one after all these years. As you can see, it actually has a slip case and slides out like that, and then it opens like that. It has this spot here for a booklet, but it never had a booklet. Even in those copies I bought years ago, I remember thinking, you know, why is that spot there? There's no booklet, and yeah, that's just how they made it. Alright, let's move on to some Blu-rays now. I found this Blu-ray DVD combo pack not long after I reviewed this movie, which I also own on DVD. Bad Biology. This is the unrated cut of the Frank Henenlotter film, and it's probably the rarest of all his movies now. I looked online and found that this Blu-ray DVD combo pack gets very pricey online, so I was lucky to find it at a thrift store. I finally picked up An American Werewolf in London on Blu-ray. This is the restored edition. I do own the movie on VHS and DVD, but I've always wanted it on Blu-ray and just never bought it for some reason, until now. I also finally grabbed this 60th anniversary limited edition steelbook of Psycho. This steelbook contains the uncut version of the film, along with the version that we've all seen. It was really cool watching this and seeing all of the extra footage we've missed out on all these years. I grabbed Scream 2022 on Blu-ray the day it was released because, as you guys know, I love this movie. Please be sure to check out my Scream franchise ranking video if you haven't already. And finally, I was surprisingly able to find a copy of the Best Buy exclusive Steelbook of Scream. This is a 4K and Blu-ray combo pack. This sold out almost immediately, like the Halloween Kills Best Buy Steelbook. But fortunately, one of my local Best Buys had one copy of this. I made the purchase for pickup online and hoped for the best. It worked out for me this time, unlike with the Halloween Kills Steelbook. So there you have it, guys, a small haul of 4K, Blu-ray, and DVD pickups. What do you think? Comment below and let me know. And again, please stay tuned for the first 4 or more video coming soon to my channel. Until then, thanks for watching, guys. Hit that thumbs up and be kind, subscribe.